For centuries, painters and photographers have adored the quality of daylight in the south of France, where tourism promoters tout 320 sunny days a year. Our visit covered 3 of the other days, during which we had not one glimpse of the sky over Provence. Clouds stretched horizon to horizon while fog and occasional rain blanketed the rocky hills outside of Marseille. But no matter. Entertaining drivers' roads also cover this landscape, and our group of 2017 Volvo S60 Polestars danced over these, their rebel blue paint glowing like fallen patches of clear sky that had dropped through the cloud layers. Traffic around us included Morgans and Lancia Delta Integrals driven by race fans headed, like us, for the Paul Ricard race circuit. This first weekend in April, Paul Ricard was hosting the season opening race of the FIA's 2016 World Touring Car Championship, WTCC, in which Polestar's new 2-car team was making its debut. No races in this World Championship visit North America. The Western Hemisphere sees one round in Argentina, but Volvo's factory-backed entry in the series will matter to that small cadre of enthusiasts who favor Swedish-minded performance cars. They'll also recognize Rebel Blue as the model-specific color offered since the special edition S60 sedan and V60 wagon Polestar models debuted for 2015. The 2017 model went on sale the day after the race. Volvo wasn't so arrogant as to expect a win in the car's first outing on Sunday, but selling performance on Monday has become part of the Polestar mission. New engine for the street car. For its third year, the road-going S60 Polestar gets a heart transplant. It's now powered by an upgraded version of Volvo's Drive E4-cylinder engine instead of the 3.0-liter inline 6-cylinder, while a 9/8-speed replaces the former 6-speed automatic transmission. Whereas the turbocharged 6-cylinder was rated at 345 horsepower at 5,250 revolutions per minute, the 4 is both supercharged and turbocharged and extracts 362 horsepower from a mere 2.0 liters of displacement. This engine is rated at 302 horsepower in the S60 and 316 horsepower in the XC90. Polestar's version has a bigger turbocharger, more aggressive valve timing, stronger connecting rods, a high-capacity fuel pump, and a larger, freer-flowing intake system fitted with a low-restriction filter. Its bigger 3.0-inch exhaust system leads to twin tailpipes, and there's a valve that opens under electronic control or when the driver chooses sport mode with the transmission lever. Compared with the car's former Polestar 6, the horsepower gain comes at higher RPM, 6,000, and peak torque decreases to 347 pounds-to-foot at 3,100 revolutions per minute from 369 at 3,000. Volvo claims 60 miles per hour should come up in 4.4 seconds. The carmaker claimed 4.7 for the previous version, but when we tested the 2015 Volvo S60 Polestar, we got to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. Fuel consumption also is said to improve, although EPA ratings are not yet in. Over the road and during a half-dozen laps of Paul Ricard after the WTCC cars practiced on Friday, we found the new drivetrain an improvement to an already appealing car. Polestar reprograms the 8-speed for quicker shifts and to optimize gear selection to match the new power curve, and it mates well with the engine enhancements. Here's a secret trick: to engage a hidden Sport Plus mode in the transmission, pull the gear lever left into Sport, push it forward to the upshift position marked Plus, and hold it there while pulling back twice on the downshift, paddle on the left side of the steering wheel. A green S light in the instrument panel blinks twice to indicate engagement. It's meant for occasional track use, but it's a fully automatic mode that keeps the engine spinning at 4,000 revolutions per minute or above. That's also the RPM where the supercharger drive clutch disengages and the turbo can provide the boost. It's too extreme for road use, Polestar product VP Henrik Fries cautioned, but he may underestimate the enthusiasm of some performance segment buyers. Yank a paddle or move the lever to choose your own gear and Sport Plus disengages, but on the track this mode shifted just about exactly where our ride-along racing drivers had instructed when we were lapping and doing our own shifting. The Drivetrain Transplant removes 44 pounds from the car's curb weight, Volvo claims, and the weight bias has shifted rearward so the front axle actually carries 53 fewer pounds. The front suspension spring rate is slightly lower, which also yields a little more ride compliance. Still, the Polestar springs are 80 to 90% stiffer than those on the base S60. What makes a Polestar? Not much else changes. There's a new but similar design for the 20-inch wheels, while the electrically assisted power steering now has Polestar-specific calibrations, still adjustable over 3 weight settings via a submenu on the center console screen. The steering feels a bit lighter and more responsive, but it's hard to say whether that's because of the new programming or the actual mass reduction over the wheels. Polestar's upgrades are thorough, down to stiffer suspension bushings installed on the assembly line in Ghent, Belgium, for S60s and Gothenburg, Sweden, for the V60 wagons, amounting to 50 significant changes that generate 260 new part numbers. Overall, the car feels livelier and more eager, with the Borg-Warner all-wheel drive system, formerly known as Haldex V, before VW acquired Haldex's traction division, reprogrammed to deliver a greater portion of torque to the rear wheels at all times. Aside from a less musical, coarser exhaust note, this new S60 Polestar comes across as an even better all-around driver's car without imposing any of the usual penalties of harsh ride or unwanted noise. While there were only 750 Polestars in each of the 2 previous model years, America got 120 the first year, 265 the second, sold in just a few markets. There will be up to 1,500 for 2017 distributed among 47 countries. Polestar COO Neil Smaller says that the performance segment is growing 4 times faster than the industry average, and he expects it to keep expanding over the next decade, even as development of autonomous cars grows. Shoppers with a 4-cylinder version may find a handful of 2016 Polestar 6-cylinder cars still available at U.S. dealers, but the order book is open now on 2017 models, with worldwide deliveries slated to start in August. 1A. U.S. price has not been announced, but Volvo HQ said there'd be no or little change from last year's figures. In the US, the 2016 version starts at $60,260 with very few options and your choice of Rebel Blue or one of 3 colors more appealing to conformists: Onyx Black, Ice White, and Bright Silver. Based on the previous mix, most Polestars are likely to be the V60 wagon, which has even fewer direct competitors in the States. It's the sedan that's racing in the WTCC, though. If Polestar manages to crown its Swedish champion driver in 2018 as planned, it will roughly coincide with the anticipated arrival of a next-generation S60 to be built in an all-new factory in South Carolina. Maybe they'll put a Volvo race car on tracks where fans in the US can watch it.